Hi, and welcome to MindOverMatter, your go-to destination for all things vibrant and inspiring. I'm your host, Kayla, and in today's video, we are joined by the one and only Cyani. And in our interview that we conducted with Cyani, we delved into her musical inspirations, as well as what inspired her to make her single Tonight and her future musical endeavors. And to our audience, if you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and share if you care. And to Cyani, thank you so much for allowing for me to interview you. I truly appreciated it, as well as like your management. Thank you to your management for even allowing for me to interview you as well. And I hope you enjoyed the interview and you've made a fan into me. Like, you know, I'm a fan now. So yeah, and yeah, let's get into the video, shall we?
Um, I just had more, I just feel like I had more space to like be creative or like do something new like I never done before. I always loved music while growing up and stuff, but it's not something that I thought I could, do, but as time went on, I started gaining more confidence and stuff. So I basically started doing quarantine when I kind of like saw one of my friends making music. It was like, I can do this too, and I just started recording at home on my phone, and it just started from there. And yeah, it's actually when I moved, like I'm in Montreal right now, and it's like in Canada. So that's like when I moved like in Montreal. I was in the US before. I was like in Maryland. But when I moved like in to Montreal, that's when I don't know, it's just something about the city as well. It's just like just started making music and stuff. So that's basically how everything started.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Your music blends Afro, R&B, and soul seamlessly. What artists or genres have influenced your unique sound the most?
Um, a lot of artists actually. I grew up in like in a home that was uh like we love a lot of like old school R&B, hip hop and stuff. So I grew up listening to artists like Rihanna, like Joe, Whitney Houston, Mariah, Beyonce. So I grew up with like a lot of like influences, but I just think like, and especially where I come from, I'm Cameroonian. It's in West Central Africa, so it influenced me a lot in that term for Afro. So I didn't really grow up like kind of listen to Afro that much, but mostly R&B. But I just think, but it's something that was always a part of me though. So I just think it was like more like represents me the most to like blend the genres, and I just can like communicate like my message and everything through those sounds like really well. So that's what I think.
Okay. Your song Tonight carries a deeply introspective and emotive quality.
Yeah.
What are some inspirations behind this track, and what message do you hope listeners take away from it?
Um, so for the track, how it came about, it was most of my tracks are pretty like random. It just a sense where it's just like that feeling at that time that I was having. I wrote Tonight some I think it was like in 2022. It was like a time of my life with a lot of like confusion, just like growth, I've been like ever since I went from home, like away from home, I've been like just growing up by myself, like, figuring life by myself with my younger sister. So it's like, just easing in through life. And that track was kind of like a letter to myself in the sense that things, you know, wouldn't always go my way, but it's gonna be okay, just to take my time with everything. And for the people listening as well, that there's a lot of like ups and downs, but at the end of the day things are gonna be okay and stuff like that. And I also like to make it more relatable. Also, I think like in sense of like maybe like a relationship where you know, I felt like maybe people want I was pushing people away as well. So it's like has like a lot of meanings inside as well. It's like kind of pushing people away. Kind of I felt that way, you know, but I didn't want to. So like kind of pushing people away because I had so much going on. So it's like, you know, I want to feel something about, you know, certain people, but I have so much going on. But, you know, sometimes it, you know, things happen the way it does. And I think that's, but the message is really like just with everything all together, things are always going to be okay and stuff like that. So
Okay,
yeah.
okay. And as an independent artist, you face unique challenges to the music industry.
Right.
How do you navigate these challenges while staying true to your artistic vision?
As an independent artist, um, I mean, to me, I just think being authentic, like in everything that I do, is like my thing's like the key. I feel like without authenticity, like just being real, it's like I wouldn't be able to create the kind of music I make, or you know, just like bring my message or like make the listeners understand. So I just think like being true or being real to myself is like the main key to everything that I do, because I feel like people are always gonna love you for who you are. And I just think it's important for me to bring that up. And like for the music industry in general, I just think, you know, art is something like it's very art is like something spiritual in a sense. You can't fake it. So it's like to me, you have to like just be authentic in everything that you do and just be real, and it's always gonna come out the right way, you know, and everything. So that's really it.
Your dedication to authenticity shines through your music.
Yeah.
How do you ensure that your art remains genuine and true to yourself amidst external pressures?
I think one of the things I was actually like thinking to myself one of these days, I think um one of the things that makes it like real is just like being recorded like in the confines of my room, in my bedroom. I like recording on my own. I taught myself how to record. It was like a long, you know, tough process. I was like, I used to record on my phone, but I had to teach myself like, man, if I have to do it, and I gotta like learn how to record myself, because I just feel like being in that your space, I think that it doesn't get any realer than that. Like when you're by yourself recording, I just think that's like the main thing that brings me in that space of being genuine in my sound. And yeah, I really think that's the main thing. And just my values, you know, my values is just like I gotta be real, you know, I just have to be, because you know, in the long run you can't really fake who you are. So I just think it's important. And I just want to inspire people to be the same as well. So that's really it.
Okay, okay. And music has the power to evoke emotions and inquire change. What impact do you hope your music has on listeners, and what message do you aim to convey through your music?
For my sound, the message I really wanted to have for everyone, especially where I come from, is like for art, I just want to like inspire like maybe the young girls or young people listening to my sound. You know, you can be able to do it, especially looking at my journey. Like I started with not a lot, so I started with very less, but I grew, and you know, with the passion and everything, I, you know, strive every day to always be present and, you know, keep improving day by day. So I just want to, it's like just in everything, not in music itself, just want to inspire everyone. Like if you put your mind into something and you know, just put in that little effort every day, you're gonna like get to where you are. And even like where I am right now, I can't really like even wrap my head around it. Like I didn't start making music a long time ago, but I'm really proud of where I've like been. I am right now, and it's just to like let everyone know, especially back home, like if you put your mind into something, you know, you're gonna like get your goals, and that's really what I want to inspire people.
No, I definitely understand that. That's the whole reason why I personally created my blog, Mind Over Matter, because I just feel like some things, matter is just like objects and things like that.
Right.
When, sure, you can have quantity, but what about the quality? It's
Mm-hmm.
the quality and the authenticity, and is the genuine side of it there. So I definitely understand what you mean by that.
Right.
Can you give us any insights into your upcoming projects or collaborations? And what can fans expect from you in the near future?
Um, that's a great question. A lot of great things coming, I think. A lot of change as well. I think with music, this the most exciting thing about it is like just evolving and adding new things, or working with new people. So I expect a lot of like I have like a new team as well. We're working on a lot of new stuff. I can give in a lot, but you know, people are gonna see with time. But it's gonna be very, I think, more in a sense, more upbeat stuff, more like less of the maybe tonight. But I wish I could make more of that kind of sound, which I still am, but you know, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot fun and a lot of shows coming up as well. And yeah, I can't really just give out a lot of stuff right now, but just expect like a lot of change, a lot of big things happening for me. So
Okay. My next question would be, what advice would you give to aspiring musicians who are trying to break into the industry and find their own unique path?
my advice, I would say it's an advice to myself as well as like something that I tell myself every day is for aspiring musicians is like just every day just show up, meaning that even if it's like just 10 minutes, 20 minutes of your day, and just to, you know, put into your passion, you know, always be present and do that. And you know, you know, you can copy your people you look up to, but find your own thing. You know, you can get inspired. I wouldn't say copy, but get inspired from the little things that you listen to from your let's say your favorite artist, or anything that's around you, but make it your own. Like what's like just your values, like what makes you you, and you know, your journey and everything. I just think that's what keeps you grounded and like keeps like the realness and authenticity. And another thing is um understand why you're in it for, like, you know, why, like always ask yourself why, you know, you want to be maybe an artist, because I feel like sometimes people tend to get lost, you know, and they kind of like, you know, get confused. And I just think it's important to understand the why, and you know, keep going every day and just being present and just keep working hard, especially, and be disciplined. I think it's important as well. Yeah, that's what I'll say.
Okay. Okay. And beyond music, you've spoken about themes of self-discovery and resilience. How has your personal journey influenced your art, and what role does self-expression play in your life?
Um that's a good question. I think the role that self-expression has, it's like a therapy for me. I would say music's like a therapy, it's like a safe space for me. Because I'm someone that I don't really like being like in with like a huge group of people, or I don't really have a lot of friends or stuff, but I just think it's important to have like sometimes that safe space, and music is that thing for me. And yeah, I just think it's like understanding the things, that keeps you grounded as well, and not get taken away by, people and stuff like that, and understand your values. I just think it's my values and how I grew up and what my parents like taught me. And I would say for my journey as well, like how my journey influences my music, I would say just my journey hasn't been easy, but it inspired my music in a sense where it kept me resilient. It kept me patient, because I think in music is something that is like, it's not a day thing. It takes time, and like I said, always showing up and putting that effort, um being disciplined. I think that's something that brought me to where I am right now. Um, so I think that's it.
Okay. And I have another question.
Yeah,
So
sure.
is the goal to stay independent or get signed when it comes to your career?
Um, my goal, my goal is just I wouldn't say like get signed, just to learn. So if being independent, I'm gonna learn more from maybe, but the goal is just to be more, have like to just learn. Like if maybe getting signed is gonna like open more doors where I have to learn and stuff, and if I see that's not the right thing, at least I learned something from it. And and it's not like I have like a really a goal. But if I don't really think like getting signed is like a goal. It's just like, you know being in a place where I can learn more and, improve every day. It's not like I have like a specific thing, but I'll just say being able to be in a safe space, that would be the greatest thing, that would be important for me. Yeah.
Okay. And so I know you had spoke about you being from Maryland, but now you're living in Canada.
Yeah.
So is that what it needed? Did that need to occur for you to start taking your music seriously, or were you already working on your music prior to you moving to Canada?
Not at all. Like I said, like music is making music, it's something so new for me. Like I didn't imagine that it was something that I could do. Maybe in the back of my head, maybe when I was 12, when I was watching Disney or something, but it's like a dream. But now that I'm in it, it's like, I'm actually not too surprised that it happened, but it just happened the way it was. I just feel like that time of my life, like I said, quarantine just like put me in the headspace where it's like, I have time to like think about what I really want to do, and you know break out of my shell. I think that's it gave me that time to think about the things I really wanted to achieve in my life. And it gave me that time. I would say I just feel like sometimes a lot of things rush, school and everything. But yeah, I don't think in Maryland, I didn't really do music at all. It's just like, and I just think maybe like Montreal as well. It's just like a very creative city. It's like a place where people are very welcoming. I think they're more open, and they always try new stuff. I think the city kind of inspired me as well to like start my journey. But yeah.
Okay, okay. And so when it comes to you working in the music industry as an independent artist, do you feel like it's much more easier in Canada, or is it maybe still, I guess, kind of challenging as how it would be as an independent artist in America?
Mm, that's a great question. To be honest, I can't really compare because since I haven't had like some time to make music in the US, I wouldn't really say that, but um generally speaking, I just think Montreal is like a safe space kind of for independent artists to explore, to explore different things. And I just think that the communities here are like, very expressive, and it's a lot of people that I can reach out to like get one or two advice and stuff like that. And it's very like connected. I would say Montreal in that sense. Maybe that's probably one difference I'll talk about. I'll like compare with the US, even though I haven't really, delved into like the music industry there, which I really want to. I really want to explore, maybe go back and see, but I would say Montreal it's pretty good when it comes to like being an independent artist. It's tough because like it's a little bit tough in the sense where it's French and English. People like kind of speak French and English, and I feel like in English like it's not really pushed that much here, like English music. So in that like category, that's why I delve maybe more into like TikTok to like promote my stuff where it can reach like a wider audience. In Montreal it's tougher, but yeah, that's like the difference that I can say.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And well, you had just basically kind of spoke about how you would like to one day come back and make music
Yeah.
here in America as well. So I guess my question would be, if you could make music in America, where would you see yourself making music? Because I've noticed, like, typically a lot of artists, when it comes to them being independent and kind of wanting to build a fan base and kind of, as well as work on their music, they tend to live in kind of metropolitan areas, in most cases, like New York or Chicago or Los Angeles, around those type of lively cities. So
Mhm.
I guess my question is, where would you see yourself if you were to come to America and do music? Where would you be?
You actually mentioned that. I was thinking of my first thought was New York because like I just feel like it's Montreal. It's kind of like Montreal. Like the way I look at it, the only difference is like the audience. Like says like more French speaking people here. So it's like Montreal, but with the right audience, like with the so New York is kind of, but I also thought about LA, but I don't know if this is more like metropolitan kind of, um,
Kind
but
of, sort of. It's
I kind of
more
sort of, yeah.
in certain places, like in California. So particularly LA. So Los Angeles really is kind of like a metropolitan. It's a very lively city,
Yeah.
and it's always pretty busy in most
Mm-hmm.
cases.
Right.
So yeah.
So yeah, New York I would say because it's like very similar to Montreal, just difference in cultures and stuff, but yeah, it's pretty good.
And my one of my second to last questions
Yeah,
would
sure.
be, how, I know that you are an artist and you do tend to use TikTok. So my question would be, how do you feel about like the House of Representatives, at least in America, about like them trying to ban TikTok over here? Which I know it probably wouldn't affect you really because you're in
I do
Canada,
think it
but
does.
it
Yeah,
still would affect you.
yeah. I think it is gonna affect me as well. I think even in Canada, they've been talking about that. Yeah,
Okay.
they've been talking about that as well. I think, um, what I think about that, it's um, like politics. I don't know, but it's just strange to me. Like I just feel like finally for creatives, we had like a place where we can actually share art. Is just gonna be harder, for independent artists to, get out there. And I just feel like TikTok is like you know, it's one of those things where it changed a lot of things in such a short amount of time, and I don't think it's like kind of fair to a lot of like creators that built like a huge platform, and I just think it shouldn't be done at all. I think like you discovered a lot of music through TikTok, and I just feel like you know that shouldn't be the final thing. I think TikTok is like something. Maybe there's gonna be something in the future. Maybe if they ban it, there's gonna be something else. But I just feel like a lot of great things um have been achieved through TikTok, and it just brings the world together. I just feel like TikTok is not just the US, it's like the entire world. Like everybody is on TikTok. So I just think it's not a fair thing to independent artists. It's gonna be harder. It's gonna just be harder to push our music out there. And yeah.
No, I definitely understand. And that's kind of why me as a writer who also writes about upcoming and independent artists, things
Yeah.
like that, it is something that I worry about.
Mhm.
However, you know, there's always gonna be some type of reason as to why they might want to ban or cancel some little thing. So all that means is just okay, move to a different platform.
Mhm.
So hopefully, Instagram really push out upcoming independent artists, because that would probably be my next go to if they do ban TikTok. So
Hopefully not.
yeah, I really hope they don't. I really
Yeah.
hope they don't. Like really.
Mhm.
And I like TikTok. I feel like because growing up, I grew up in a very strict household, so I didn't
Yeah.
even get a TikTok until like my
Mhm.
senior year in high school.
Mhm.
And I was kind of confused about it, but I realized, okay, this is kind of funny.
Mhm.
So I don't, I kind of feel a little iffy about that.
Right.
But my last question for you would be, what message would you like to share with your fans and supporters as you continue your musical journey?
One message. Um I think the message I want to like put out there is like when I started music, I considered it like just something like fun. Didn't think it was gonna be like a career or something, but here I am. It's going great. But I didn't I like when I started off, it's like I didn't really believe or like think it was something I was gonna do. I felt like didn't have like the thing, to be, out there as an artist or a star or something like that. But it's something that I had to come to terms with myself. Is like, when you have a gift, it's important to, share. It would be kind of selfish to like, keep it to yourself. And it's important to like, it can save someone. It can like inspire people. I mean, this life is like, it's short, and you have to like, leave it to like the fullest you can and do everything. Like everything that I tell like in my younger sisters, like your passion is so important. That's the thing that's gonna like make you wake up every day and like, be happy about it. So it's like, with time and my passion really made me understand. It just gave me like this kind of knowledge, to understand that every day counts, and like every step I take is important, like every work I put in, because sometimes I just feel like, before the music and everything, I had like no direction. I just felt like I was going, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. It was just like just going with the flow, from school to school and from home. Not a lot of things were going on for me, but with music it's like I with the passion I just found myself more and understood myself, and um found parts of myself that I don't think anything else could like, show that to me. So I just think like, if anyone is watching and you have like something in your heart that you think, that you think you can do, go ahead and do it. It's gonna pay off. Just be disciplined and, always show up to, every day. And yeah, that's what I have to say.
Okay, okay. Well, I would like to say thank you so much for allowing for me to interview you. And as well as I just want to say I like your music. You have a fan in me, and I'm going to be supporting it, even though you're all the way in Canada. That's okay.
In closing, we would like to say thank you to our audience, and as well as once again, thank you to Cyani and her management for allowing for me to interview you. I truly appreciated it, and I wish you nothing but success. I truly see potential in you as well as in your music. You are truly talented, like seriously. And to our audience, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And please like, comment, and subscribe and share if you care. And also be on the lookout for more when it comes to Cyani's music. And while she is not based in America and she's based in Canada, like if you're in Canada, check out her music and like check out her show times and like, her concerts. I'm pretty sure that you guys will love her concerts. And to us American fans, hopefully she comes here soon and we get to see her perform live, But also I've included her music as well as all of her social media platforms in the description box below for if you guys want to know more about Cyani and just keep tabs on her when it comes to her music and things of that nature. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and let's continue to grow together, inspire together. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Bye.